Ghost Recon Frontline and a new Splinter Cell VR game have been cancelled, along with 2 other unannounced games, according to a Video Game Chronicle article. There were no details regarding the 2 unannounced games, so we have no real clue what those games would have been. The news broke during a financial call from Ubisoft. Cancellation cited due to the, and I quote, changing financial environment. No further details were provided, but my guess is that it has something to do with the crash of NFTs. Quartz may not be doing too hot. As far as Ghost Recon Frontline goes, I'm kind of both bummed out and glad that it got canceled. I'm glad it got canceled because it didn't fit the Tom Clancy brand, in my opinion. 2, it had ridiculous looking call-ins for fortified cover and watchtowers. It was another battle royale extraction experience that looked like a game designed to sell microtransactions. But I'm kind of bummed out because my morbid curiosity would have gotten the better of me and I would have tried it. I kind of wanted to see where that game would have gone, but you know, it is what it is. As far as the new Splinter Cell VR title goes that was canceled, not sure exactly what that would have entailed. I think the article goes into it a little bit, but fans have been asking for a new Splinter Cell for almost a decade now, if not a decade. But the next Splinter Cell game would have been a VR game instead, like just exclusive VR, and it also would have been exclusive to Meta headsets, so like the Quest 2 probably is where it would have landed. Now, does this really hurt the chances for a new proper Splinter Cell title? To be honest, I'm not quite sure, but I hope it doesn't, because we have been clamoring for a new Splinter Cell for a very long time. Now, this next part's probably gonna seem like it's coming out of left field here, but stick with me on this. X-Defiant. So it recently dropped the Tom Clancy name from its title. No longer Tom Clancy's X-Defiant, it's now just X-Defiant. And if you don't know, it's this new arena shooter that's supposed to be coming out from Ubisoft. It's kind of like from what I gathered, a hero-based shooter in a way. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I have a feeling, and this is just conjecture, there's no evidence, no articles of this at all, but I have a feeling that this game's success may determine the future of Tom Clancy games in the future. Now, the only reason why I'm thinking this is because it used to have that Tom Clancy name on there, and it's also a shooter, and it's kind of one of the few shooters they have under the Ubisoft umbrella that is actually successful. But still, I hope I'm wrong about this, because I don't really see X-Defiant really going anywhere. We'd have to see what happens with that game once it releases, but you know, I digress. I don't know if Ghost Recon Frontline or Splinter Cell VR would have been good, but no, we'll never know. We still don't know much about the other Tom Clancy titles like the new Division game, Heartland, but I don't expect things are going to be smooth sailing from here on out. Plus, Ubisoft's removal of online from older games and restricting access to DLCs that were already paid for is just a shitty business model. This is affecting a lot of single-player games like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed, so Ubisoft as a whole is just destroying themselves. Ubisoft seems eager to basically end their careers. Everything from trying to push NFTs via Quartz, pulling online functions and DLC from older games, and these ridiculous games that honestly seem to be designed to nickel and dime their intended player bases, all add up to Ubisoft being dishonest and uncaring for the industry that they're unfortunately a part of. It's not even they're a business, they exist to make money type of thing. Plenty of other developers and publishers make great games and make money hand over fist. And a recent example of that is Stray. It had what, 62,000 concurrent players day 1 on Steam, and that's just Steam. Think about all the other players that were playing Stray on other consoles, right? What Ubisoft is trying to do is just shitty. On top of all that, they're seriously abandoning the idea that Tom Clancy games are grounded in near-future settings. There's only so much scale and shade tech that I could deal with before I start wondering if we're ever going to get a more tactical and hardcore version of Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, or even a new Splinter Cell. If you want a better SWAT experience, play Ready or Not, or even Zero Hour. Want something similar to Ghost Recon? The closest thing I could think of is Squad. Want something like Spies vs. Mercs from Splinter Cell? Try out Intruder. Granted, it looks a little bit silly, but it's got the core concept there. I haven't tried it myself just quite yet, but I am curious. I might give it a shot at some point. Ubisoft has competition. You have options. I just hate to see the brand that I loved since Rainbow Six Rogue Spear deteriorate into whatever the fuck is going on here. It's not Ghost Recon. It's not Rainbow Six, it's not Splinter Cell, and it's definitely not Tom Clancy. It's an abomination, and no amount of NFTs, VR, or X-defiant bullshit will make me think otherwise. Kind of went off the rails there at the end, but yeah, that's about all I had for this one. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you like what you see, hit those like and subscribe buttons, since that always helps me out. I'll be doing some different content on the channel here and there. I just played the new cat game, Stray. We talked about that briefly earlier, so I might make a video about that at some point soon. With that being said, stay hydrated. I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.